forget the past. The future looks bright ahead. Don't need my heart was true. I don't want no other love, baby. Oh yeah, there's the paperwork. That looks good. Of course, the mail won't bother the hot mailbox. It won't bother that.
Hey, look, they're alive this time.
Excellent. Oh boy. Well, we've got to get our, they look good. So we're going to get our worm buckets out and take care of them properly. So our worms came a couple of days early. We do have buckets ready, but we didn't have any food ready. But we'll get them in the buckets first. We made these buckets and one inserts in the other. So we're going to moisten these up some and get them good and moist because they're pretty dry. Now there's a lot of little holes in the bottom of these buckets so that the water will seep down through, and if there's too much moisture, we don't want to drown our worms, it will just dribble out the bottom. So here we go, we're going to moisten them up, let them set a few minutes, and then put our worms in. Our bedding is sphagnum peat moss, so it was very dry. Comes in a big brick and you fluff it up. So here's our buckets we made. One sits inside the other. We put these little anchors on there. That way they don't get stuck in the bucket. And the water that goes through is excellent garden fertilizer. So we put a lot of water in there, fluff it up, and it's really taking the water. We're going to need a lot of water in these, I'm afraid, before we can put our worms in there. So we're going to put a whole lot of water. We just keep putting water in. It keeps absorbing the water, and it's still dry underneath. It looks like it's soupy on top, but 2 inches down, it's not. So we're going to put a lot of water in it and then let it set for a few minutes. Fluff it up a little and put the worms in. So we got some good moisture here. So what we're going to do is, as best we can, divide these worms. Supposed to be 500 of them. Oh, that's a nice bunch there. They're nice fat worms. Looks good. And okay, that looks like a couple hundred there. So we're just kind of guessing. Nobody wants to count 500 worms. I don't anyway. And then, of course, we're going to have to go in and break out the NutriBullet and some vegetable matter and make them something to eat, because these guys have been traveling for a few days with nothing to eat. So we're going to go make lunch for them. So we didn't have to do anything drastic because it turns out we had some bananas that were outdated and a few of them were broken open. So we're going to use those for worm food. It's my understanding bananas and banana peels are excellent worm food. And since it's already mushy, the worms with their tiny little mouths can get at it. And Boudreaux won't eat the worms because he's found something else to eat over there.
I gave him a treat.
He doesn't like worms or bananas.
Hey, stay on my phone.
Yeah, we're going to put the lids on. That's what I thought was going to happen, because when we were making that, somebody tried to use it for a seat and sat on it and caused things to pop inwards. but we can fix that. Main thing is getting these worms fed and in good shape so we can catch a lot of fish and make a lot of fishing videos.